So we put all this work in and then. Maybe come on. It's a little bit of debate.
So hold your head.
As you know, Kootareeri community is pretty much satellite community, and we have had a water scheme in the last 15 years or so. Last year, I applied for funding to bring us up to code with the 2028 Taumata Hawaii regulations, and we had Hilltech install a filtration system for us. Subsequently, that has increased costs to us hugely, and they're actually doing the maintenance on it. We're not. All we're doing is the daily running, but they're paying for consumables as such. So UV lights and softener and what have you. And I noticed on the back of our rates that we pay towards the general rate 1.74 cents every dollar. And we find it a bit hard to swallow when all of a sudden we have people in our community which can't actually afford our $25 a month. I have a lady that she pays $5 a week because she has a budget. And I give her full marks because she hasn't failed us yet. And other people have to save up or come up with some kind of they go and see family or whatever it is, get a dollar of money to throw into our bank account. So it's pretty loose. We just find out Dean Sharon on our scheme, and he asked us about an invoicing system. We have had no invoicing system at the beginning. Actually, we haven't had anything to do on the financial side, apart from making sure that we had enough money in the account to pay the power bills and try and put a little bit away for repairs and maintenance. And
insurance. We've got no insurance.
well, we have no insurance. You can't get. I don't know whether you guys have got insurance, but we can't even get insurance. I went down that track with two insurance brokers, and basically they won't insure our scheme. They'll insure parts of it, but they won't insure the infrastructure side. So we're kind of a bit screwed there. So in saying that, I'm also part of the Taumata Hawaii focus group, Raylan Ricker, and we're finding that with the scheme itself, there's not enough people coming forward to help us with the day-to-day operation. I mean, basically, I've been looking after it for 10 years, on and off, fundamentally everything. And we're just wondering whether the council could either help in some way or come up with, it doesn't have to happen tomorrow, but we've got 4.5 years or 4 3/4 years basically before we take the actual physical thing over. Whether they, you guys have entertained helping us in some way with maybe the consumables or just even giving a slight rebate in the rates. I know we pay for sewer and I know we pay for solid waste and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not here to talk about that. I'm actually here to just talk about the water for now. We don't have E. coli in our water. The whole reason for this was originally the water had E. coli in it and people were getting sick. So the government actually put more in for the community, and that was done prior to me. And I went to a meeting and then all of a sudden became treasurer, and then basically Kaitiaki, and that was it. So I've just been making sure that everybody's getting. And as we know, it's the most precious commodity on the planet. Everybody wants diamonds on their wrists or fingers, but a bottle of clean, fresh drinking water, safe to drink, is more valuable. So the other thing is, it's quite interesting what you said, Barry, about getting kids involved. This is an ideal opportunity to try and get young people either through college or some scheme, because there is a lady, Lorraine, I don't know her surname, who's looking at NZQA qualifications for some of these people to come on board as operators of schemes. And there are lots of them. There are heaps, most of the Marais in this area actually have those filtration systems as we speak now. I just know Roy Martyr at the moment, just going through that process. But it would be an ideal situation to try and get some young people involved. Unfortunately, we can't afford to pay anyone. This is all voluntary. Everything's been voluntary for the whole time. And I refuse to be paid because that was my mandate for myself, that until it was self-sufficient, my income-wise, I can't. I'm responsible, and Diane, we co-treasurers, for other people's money. And that is the most, it's a huge responsibility. And not to waste it, not to spend it on stuff which, doesn't help the community as such.
Hey, thank you for that. It's a topic we're quite passionate about, and the one size doesn't fit all. And thank you for all the work you've done. They're throwing more things at us, like some of us who are not on town water and haven't going to be part of the process. We're going to have to pay for things. So, look, we'll pass this on through the team, and we'll have this discussions. And
so you guys know that Te Manaroa are now putting through a submission out there at the moment. They want to start charging an annual fee for supplying water or schemes. And that, I don't know whether we're exempt. We're just over the 100 mark. So that means that we have to chlorinate. If you're under 100, then you don't. You're right, whatever. But I don't know how that works for Marais, because you could end up with 500 people on there one day.
Yeah.
So, and their systems are slightly different. Ours is a continuous running system. It's a community system where those systems are used sporadically over periods of time, and that's why they put an X amount of tanks. They have to have volume to cope for that.
Yep.
One usage as such every now and then.
We'll work closely with, get you to work with our team, and we're very lucky. The person that you talked about happens to live locally, so we're lucky to have her in there. You mentioned Rayleigh?
Oh yeah. No, she's great.
We're very lucky that we've got someone like that in that position.
Yeah.
And if you go on it's easy to have a look on the internet and see who's the highest paid civil servant in New Zealand. I wonder why the costs are going up for water.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, a lot of these schemes are running on funding, and you can't live like that. You can't live cap in hand all the time.
And they can't be run from somewhere like Hamilton or.
Yeah, but I mean, lotteries, commission, or COGS, or whatever it is, we don't want that. The Marais and also the communities have to be self-sufficient in some way without impacting too much on the actual ratepayer as such. So there you go.
You got 100 people connected to the water system.
We've got the school, we have the Marais, the Kuhanga, as well as about 30 houses. So it's an estimate, but I'd rather err on the side of caution than go the other way and then find that we actually end up, if somebody gets sick, I'm the one in the firing line, pretty much. So the responsibility is mine. So I've got to make sure that nobody gets sick. And we've had a couple of scares prior to this, before the filtration went in. But what we were told by Philtech and what's actually happening seem to be two slightly different stories. And I believe that they are stretched as well. Like everybody, you know, you try and do this, you try and do that, and it just becomes balloon. And one day, we don't want it to burst, we'd rather have it like deflate slowly.
All right, thank you very much for that.
Just quick, but I think just in the past, it's been perceived, if town can't afford it, then it's perceived that rural can afford it. So what we've got to try and get into is youth pays and get a bit more away from this. If you're on one water scheme, you should be not subsidising another water scheme.
True. And again, you know, like I'm not here to moan and bitch about anything, but you know, we kind of look at, I pay a fair bit of dollars and rates every single year, and I look at what I actually get for it from the council. I have no problems paying for a whole heap of stuff. But there's certain little things in there which do irk us. We've got to pay to empty our septic tank, yet we're paying for people to have toilets running in town, you know, stuff like that. So they're small, but from the council point of view, it's massive, because it doesn't just equate to Kutaveri or Papi everywhere down the coast. You know, it's massive kind of thing. And you guys are restrained also by the government, by central government. So it's just a matter of trying to formulate a way. I think, I don't know how to approach the schools or the colleges, you know, and try and get interest from those young people, like you're saying. I mean, it's a scholarship thing maybe council could look at, and then they could come around and not just our scheme, but all of them actually get an indication of an idea, and out of 10 people, you might have 2 which like it. Well, hell, that's 2 people we've helped. And also then they're going to help in the community. So, and I don't mind paying rates for that. You know what I mean? I think you find most people don't mind paying rates to kind of encourage young people to come on board.
100%.
Sorry, just one question from me. What's roughly the annual cost for the consumables you're talking about?
We don't know because we never had to buy them. But we turn over about $7,500 a year. Now, it's peanuts. Now, our power bill, like I say, has just gone up $200 a month, and that's only the first real reading we've had. So there may be the next power bill may even go higher. Now, if you look at that, that's nearly a third of that $7,500 grand, just an increase. So it's kind of starting to get, we're trying to make it so that it keeps working, but and getting more people on board. But that is the hard part, is actually getting buy-in from other people and young people, trying to get them to realise there's actually a really cool career there in this operating water dams.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Can I
much.
just say something? We really understand the approach. You know, all these communities are relying on their local water schemes. They have got return. And that's why we're suggesting here that we look at something like at youth. There's definitely a career here. Because we know the stuff around the corner, there's struggling and then they don't demolish the rich it's got. So we're very blessed to have a
Thank you.
You guys have been a spearhead of something nationwide, haven't you? Think about it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Presentation.
Okay.
All right. We're on page 4. Formation of the ordinary council meeting minutes for December. Move this carried by 6, okay? Everyone's happy with that? And matters of correctness? With the motion, all those in favour?
Aye.
Against? Thank you. Page 12. confirmation of minutes, extraordinary council meeting, 23rd of December. Can't believe we had to work on the 23rd of December. I'll move that. I'll get a seconder, please.
Thank you, Stace. Well done.
Any matters of correctness? I'll put that motion. All those in favour? Against? Carried. On page 15, this is a performance and delivery committee meeting, 10th of October, 24. Have a mover, please. Second, Tom. Just receiving these minutes. Okay, all those in favour? Okay. Mary, thank you. Page 18. Minutes of the risk and assurance meeting. 14th of October. I'll move this one if I can have a seconder, please. Just receiving these minutes. Okay, all those in favour? Against? Thank you. On page 24. Draft minutes of Coast Community Board meeting, 17th of December. I'll move this if I can.
I'll second.
Just receiving these minutes. Is there any queries on that? On to the other. I'll take the motion. All those in favour? Against? Okay, thank you. On page 32, minutes of the Civil Defence Emergency Group meeting.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I missed the page. Okay, draft minutes of the Chief Executive Performance Committee meeting. 10th of January. I'll stick in there. Just receiving these ones, so all those in favour? Against? I'll move on to 32. Plenty Civil Defence Emergency Management Joint Committee meeting, 13th of December. I'll move this one if I can have a second. It seems like a while ago.
Extreme space weather events.
There's stuff going on in the atmosphere. Maybe Tom is best to answer this one. Do you know anything? I don't. There's things going on in the atmosphere that could interfere with the internet. Could be solar, solar flares and stuff like that. So if it happens, it happens. But it could be quite disruptive to the country if we suddenly to lose our power. So it's something to always keep in the back of our mind. I'm sure it's a bit bigger than just our Bay Plenty Civil Defence group, if that was to happen. But yeah, we probably will get more updates on that, but it's just something they mentioned. There's always the old threat of nuclear war, so that's something similar.
You know, where there's civil defence stuff, the project's got to be planned, because
Yeah, and it is
chance
heavy.
it's not being split.
The heavy is focused on flooding, but they've got to look at the whole lot. I mean, the flooding and all of those things. But it is definitely focused on flooding. So it seems to be tied up, but he's unfortunately had passing events. So it's always something that's talked about at every meeting. Yeah, and I think they're working well on it. The new director seems to be going well. Any comments?
Just on, sorry, through the chair, Bay Planning Regional Council are going to come and present to us specifically on flooding risk from the rivers and just the early warning system, and so that'll be something that'll be happening in the next couple of months.
This sits on the major rivers. Was a fair bit of activity in the community at once. Yeah, priority, sure.
Yeah, and it also links into the regional transport. Another thing for us. The other. I'll put that, if no one's, any other queries? All those in favour? Yes. Everything. We're on to page 40. Minutes for the Regional Transport Committee meeting, 13th of December. I'll move this by giving a second, please. Councillor Brooks, do you want to, we had those queries about the lot of Europe and roundabout.
That was currently, that was the biggest thing that, certainly I raised at the local level. And, no one can ask it, so I think the person who was stable, which can roll whatever. There were a couple of interesting things on that. The thing is that, about the return on is a careful, and I understand going ahead.
Yes, roundabouts
So it actually started soon, March or something like that. The other one was, we had a presentation from Robertson from Motor Trails, and he had some concerns in relation to the cycling out from OP, from the car basically to the White region. And so, the chap is got the new guy, and that's
Andrew.
He was looking at this, so next meeting, hopefully, and that situation. That's what we're accessing, issue of these 200, and then it's nice.
Thank you. And I know you passed through our neck of the woods a few times over the summer, so it's.
Well, yeah, it's, I mean, it's quite clear, very careful, we ran out, the cars down in barriers, and we started where it's titles to go, so. Really like that.
Thank you for that. Any other questions? All those in favour? Against? Thank you. Move on to page 46, the mural report. No, sometimes it doesn't look like I've done much, but I've done a few more things than that. Yeah, hopefully, this year, Maxi, I don't have to attend Coast Community Board by Zoom. Often it clashes with events, so my timing is often out with that, but I'll try and get
The
to
fact
it
you were there was awesome, so
in
no worries.
person a little bit more. And I'll put that to the vote. All those in favour? Against? Thank you. On page 50. OMAG advisory group. Oh, this. Councillor Now wants to see them. Want to talk to them?
Probably the biggest issue facing homeowners is with people here. As the developments, eviction date is moving forward pretty fast now. So OMH as it is a very marine advisory group. And we don't need advice as such, and that's have an entity that keeps control or organises around our marine industry. So it's probably going to be a discussion we need with them, we'll keep on here, I suppose. It's been a good, really in the sense that it's kept everyone up to date. You know, all the different entities involved in the OMAGs have all been updated, so it's collating all that information. And our marina, you know, that's probably our biggest, our next stumbling block. Better get that over the line, get that, it's over the line, we've got to get it up and running. We want to do that one, running to see the actual structure stuff take place. That's about it. And then stage, what do you think?
Covered it well. Yeah. So yeah, through the chair, we'll be bringing a paper to the next OMAG meeting about the potential committee of council, harbour committee, which will have a range of representatives. A lot of those already on OMAG, but they have focused more on the operational and future growth of the harbour and aquaculture. So it'll be discussed at the next OMAG meeting.
I definitely think it should be a season learning. So. I'm seeing operating in there.
Yeah, through the chair, we presented a number of options over the sort of last 12 months to OMAG, and one of those was looking at a CCO. The challenge at the moment would be that a CCO comes with additional costs, and I think there will be a time where it could transition to a CCO once we get the usage in the harbour to sort of justify and have income to help support those operational costs of CCO. So it may not be the right time now, but I think at some stage in the future it would be transitioning to a CCO.
Thanks for that. Any discussion? Thanks for there. I know that group's been going a long time, and it was just a dream when it first started. So yeah, we're getting into the nitty gritty now. Good. Thank you. I just receiving that report, so if I can motion. All those in favour? Against? Thank you. We'll move on to page 54, Regional Economic Development Agency Trust Exemption as a council controlled organisation. I'll move this if I can have a second, then I'll hand it over to Antoinette. Morning.
So I'll take the one for the bridge, over the 48 a small organisation and to avoid unnecessary administrative requirements and costs. Previously, it's however, to maintain this exemption, the local government act requires special council with agreements. So we don't consider it cost effective to require the trust to become a CCO, particularly while that currently non-operational. That is how we would prudent to maintain the trust exemption because it's important and while it considers government. I think it's like the other council,
This is more just a technical process for us. And it's not just, we've taken a direction with OEBA, but not to say that we don't take another one in the future. You all happy with that? Thank you for that. So the recommendations on page 54. You happy with that? Vote on as it stands. Put that to the vote. All those in favour? Against? Carried. Thank you. Thank you, Anthony. Page 16. Move this if I get a second and I'll hand it back over. Yep. Hand it back over.
The council carries out its hearings meeting commissioners for reasons and interpretations. We currently have 6 appointed commissioners that will be doing hearings.
one of these is not currently accredited. And it has been recently identified, through a couple of hearings that we've got coming up, that there are some knowledge and capabilities that skills and expertise, within the current appointed commissioners. So the thought was that we've identified, an additional 15 accredited commissioners. You'll see these skills that are in that table, to add to the points that we can draw on the we need it, as their recommendations. We're also seeking to remove some of the from this, but it's here for the longer accreditation. Questions?
Chair. And, on page 16, recommendations, I see that this statement here, sorry, I'm just asking a question. This chair endorsement, I see that it's somewhere, endorsed by the chair and some other. Page 16. Sorry, focused on the list of those commitments that are there, endorsed by the chair and some other, I'm not sure what that means. I'll think to ask Laura, what that means, and apologies, I sort of got that up for coming to the meeting. From the current. Sure. I appreciate that the endorsement of one of the budgets. Here, we want to know it's share. But you don't mind.
You wanna have a answer to that now?
I'll follow up with Laura and then.
Yes. Okay. Happy if we go ahead and. Any other questions? Stephen, report, you happy to go ahead as the recommendation stand? Vote on that? Yeah. All those in favour? Against? Thank you, thank you. We're on page 68, we're just going to find, have a second, it's Chief Executive Officer update. Yeah. Hand it over to.
Thank you, Your Worship. Couple of highlights. One is, I think this is the shortest Laguna list that I've had in my report. It's been in the hot seat, so just a shout out to staff for processing Lagunas. Lagunas are a legislative requirement for us to respond to, and depending on the type of request can be quite an onerous task for staff. And they come in waves, and it's nice to see us keeping up with that. So just acknowledge the effort of the team. During the reporting period, a couple of highlights. One is on the 10th of December, we had our end of year staff values event. It was an awesome event, really well attended by staff, and it was an awesome opportunity to celebrate staff exhibiting the values that we want in action, and really good turnout. I think it was around 59 nominations, and it was awesome to award 4 of our champions values awards. Hopefully they don't mind me reading their names out, but I'm going to. Robin McMillan, Chris Edwards, Sage Royer, and Mary Jane Brooks. Covering our rates department, parks and reserves, customer service and animal control. And yeah, it's really nice to be able to acknowledge staff exhibiting positive values in the organisation. I'll take the rest of the items as read, continuing to engage with central government and our other local government partners, along with local working groups such as Whakatohea Muscles, to just continue progress in a number of items that we're working on, and happy to take any questions.
in visiting this area population prohibition. What was the population prohibition?
What item is that, sorry? Oh, so these are Laguna requests that have come in that still need to be processed. These are, yeah. These are requests that have come in from those particular submitters requesting us provide information.
We're projecting what our population's going to look like in years to come.
They're asking for any information that we have. So as part of our spatial plan, for example, we have future population projections embedded in that plan. And some of that is based on different information, some of that's Stats New Zealand, for example. So we'll be able to provide that information to respond to the one.
Thank you for that. Time's quick, isn't it? It's nice highlighting the stuff because something you can't have all of them there, but yeah.
Got a really awesome group of staff dedicated to try and get great outcomes for the community. It's nice to be able to acknowledge it.
All right, thanks for that. No further questions. I'll just be receiving this report. We'll put that. All those in favour? Against? Carried, thank you. We're just on to a resolution to exclude the public. Thank you for coming. Sorry, I can't provide you lunch. That's a surprise to me as well.
Goals coming out.
I'll have a move for resolution to Shona. All those in favour? Against? Right.